out there.
The floor is yours.
Yes, Dan Brayfield from ESPN.com is reporting that the date is set, May 5th, 2012, at the MGM Grand in Vegas. This according to one of Mayweather's advisors, Leonard Ellerbe. He had an entire article about it, Dan did.
Yes.
He also talked with one of the guys who's promoted fights that Mayweather's been in the last 5, who went on to say that we've not only informed the pay-per-view people of a fight, we have an arena on hold for this May 5th date. Are you buying this?
Let me say this. Ladies and gentlemen, Skip Bayless is going to be talking boxing. Brace yourself. Yeah. Go ahead.
Skip, are you buying this?
Go ahead. I can't wait.
The problem is, then you're going to be talking boxing.
Please.
Okay,
somebody actually talk boxing.
Yes. All right, here we go. When I read this last night, this was the best laugh I have had since I first watched Anchorman. That's how funny it was. So let's get this straight. Last week, Bob Arum, the promoter, calls out Mayweather by calling him correctly a chicken. Says he's scared to death of the right hand of little Pacquiao.
Please.
And that was dead on right, and he shamed him and called him out. So what was Floyd's PR response to his representative? Oh, we've already picked out an arena and a date, May the 5th. Now the ball's in your court. No, it's not. If you really want to fight the guy, and this is just another excuse, if you want to fight, you quietly go to him and say, let's get this done. Let's mutually decide on a place and a time. And I ask you this, going back to Ali, would Ali have ever announced, I've picked May the 5th in Las Vegas, so Frazier better fight me? It's ridiculous. It's laughable. It's never happened in the history of boxing, Stephen A. Smith. And I go way back deeper into boxing than you ever thought about being, because you're new school. You have no idea.
I will give you this. You were at boxing matches before I was born. That much is true.
That is a fact.
That is a fact, yeah. And I'm glad you're willing to admit that.
And some of them I participated in.
And I believe that too. But number one, Ali did talk smack before actually signing the fight.
But he never did.
Look at the history of him and Joe Frazier, and you'll know it. Do your homework. Number two, and more importantly, here's the deal. Here's the deal. Floyd Mayweather Jr. has been on the record saying that essentially, paraphrasing, he thinks that, you know what, you want the best, take the test. You know what he's saying. You know what he's trying to say. Yeah. We'll just leave it at that. You call him a chicken. You and I look at things totally differently, because the way I look at it, Floyd Mayweather, Money Mayweather, loves to make money. There is at least $60 million on the table apiece for each fighter. He loves his flawless record. He's 42-0. I repeat, 42-0.
He loves his pretty face too.
You know what he loves? You know what? It's pretty for a reason. Because he doesn't get hit.
I know what
because he's a magician in the ring.
Yeah,
because he's arguably the best defensive fighter in the game. Listen, to disrespect him the way that you do is almost blasphemous. It truly is. Yeah. Because let me tell you something right now. This dude right here, I'm not sitting there talking about he's got Pacquiao's power, even though I don't know where that suddenly has come from. I'm not sitting there talking about he's going to knock Pacquiao out, even though I think he could. What I'm looking at is a guy that is a magician in the ring, that is always prepared to go 12 rounds, that can sit there and give lesson upon lesson on the art of boxing. And you talk about this man with such flagrant disrespect. This guy is a promoter as well. Floyd Mayweather Jr. has made more money than anybody. So when you look at him, he's constantly promoting. This is a tactic. It'll probably work to perfection, generate money that Pacquiao would never generate on his own, because he don't have that kind of mouth and attracts that kind of allure to his
matches. Look what Pacquiao's been doing when he goes to Jerry World. I think he's at least as big a draw as Mayweather.
All I'm trying to say to you is that when you look at what Mayweather brings to the table, to say he's scared is just so disrespectful.
Okay, we'll talk about this tactic, this excuse that he's
saying. I have no problem
with it.
Because what he's doing is, I'm proud of him for doing this. And here's why. Because he didn't sit there and say, you want the best, take the test. He's finally saying, here's a date. We have a venue.
So
we're not running. So what's going to happen is, now if the fight doesn't take place then, and if for any reason because of Mayweather, then it would give credence and substance to your argument. But until that happens, the man is basically saying, I'm ready to roll. Make sure you handle your business against Marquez, which shouldn't be that easy.
Okay, obviously, the way to go is to mutually, privately agree.
No, that's not Floyd's way.
Okay, well, that's the way it should be.
But that's not the way it is. He's never been that way. He's never been that way.
Then let's just say, I hope Pacquiao calls his bluff and says, I'll be there. And you know what will happen then? You'll hear, what's your thing, best test?
Yes.
That's what you'll hear next, because clearly the Floyd camp has accused Pacquiao of steroid use.
But
okay, and now they're calling the little fella. We want the little fella. Oh, he's steroided little fella. Oh, I get it. Okay, it's an excuse. It's a dodge. If they call his bluff, he'll say, "I want a needle test on fight day."
I need clarity. Are you saying that you don't believe a fight would ever happen between?
I do not believe it.
That's what we did.
Because
That's what we're getting
Floyd
at.
is. Let me do my blasphemy again.
Sure.
Chicken.
I'm telling you right now, that is just so disrespectful for you to say something like that. We are talking about Floyd Mayweather here, the best pound-for-pound fighter on the planet.
No, that's Pacquiao.
That's Pacquiao? Who did Pacquiao beat for him to earn that title? Who? Who? A washed-up Oscar De La Hoya, a glass jaw Ricky Hatton.
Who did Mayweather beat? Mayweather's beating the same guy.
Mayweather has beaten anybody you put in front of his face. And oh, by the way, not only did he beat them, you remember years ago, even though, listen, Pacquiao's a bad boy. I don't want to take anything away from him. But to act like Floyd Mayweather is scared, and we're just sitting up here, I'm not going to accuse Pacquiao of anything. As far as I'm concerned, you're innocent until proven guilty. But at the same time, to continue to elevate, and Dan Rafael and I, boxing writer extraordinaire for ESPN.com, this guy and I have debated about this many, many times. I said, listen, it's not like Floyd Mayweather Jr. doesn't have an argument when he's talking about you continue to elevate and wait. It's not the fact that he's knocking people out, y'all. Pacquiao we're talking about here. It's the fact that he's inviting guys like Clottey with Python on.
What did Mosley say after Pacquiao cleaned him out?
I agree.
He said, I've never been in the ring with anybody who's quicker and more powerful.
I understand.
And he had been in the ring with one.
That's right. No problem with that. But my point to you is that, again, what I'm monitoring is not that you're knocking people out, because that could happen. It's when you invite bigger guys to hit you. I'm like, wait a minute, there's something about that makes me say, okay, I need to watch a little bit more. So I don't blame Floyd, but I don't believe Floyd is scared of anybody. And I'm predicting that Floyd would beat Pacquiao.
Well, I'm predicting what Aram's predicting. It would end in about 4 rounds.
What? It would end in, hold on. You just finished, hold it.
Stop impeding my progress to the break.
You saying
we need to take a break.
Floyd is going to lose it. Floyd is going to get knocked out 4 rounds?
I get the last word.
Gift has the last word. We're going to get back to this
we're going to do it again.
I promise.
Y'all going to sit there and let that slide?
Yes, we're going to impede your progress.
Mayweather's going to get knocked out.